mind is okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun Diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. This is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary.
Share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite, just tell them when you think I should see this as well, and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Godfather is in, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun, Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Defend yourselves, but don't use guns. Well, you can say Baba Adeboye, Pastor Adeboye was probably just speaking in codes. But this one that They said, fight them, fight your attackers, defend yourselves, but not with guns. My brother disagrees.
Pastor, pastor. Our mojo stick alone show. I check on the way. Ìwọ má dira o, ìpápá ẹ̀dá lórin, jẹ́ kí wọ́n báìbù tó ń jẹ, kò jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbè tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà, gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù, àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù, kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dira, ayé bàjẹ́.
So share the broadcast.
Ayé ìṣúra ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ìṣúra aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ìṣúra.
There are other sad, stories that we are going to also share tonight, apart from the warnings coming from Pastor Adeboye, the Redeemed Church of God, RCCG, that the GO or the CEO. So this is what Baba said, just to start from the headlines. So Pastor Adeboye was addressing the members of the Redeemed Church, and he was like, enough is enough. It is now going to be fire for fire. But Baba ended it with, I don't understand, but listen.
I don't want to say much because I know whatever I say, some people may want to twist it. But I've searched the Bible from cover to cover. And there's nowhere in the Bible where God said a child of God cannot defend himself. If you find the place, let me know. He said, if they slap you on the right cheek, turn the left. Abi, he said that one. If they now slap the left, what did he say? When God is silent, do you know the meaning of that? It simply means over to you. Every enemy of the church, as long as my Father is on his throne, as long as Jesus lives, as long as his name is a consuming fire, if they don't repent, the fire of God will consume them. I'm not talking to everybody, I'm only talking to my children.
We know, Jerry, Daddy, we know. And that is why what I'm also going to say, I just want you who are members of the RCCG, don't take offense, okay? Because I want to talk about what prompted Baba Gio to even speak out and say, you Christians, all of this report of persecution, killings, kidnappings, destructions and attacks here and there, as we speak right now, do you want me to confess to all of you? There is nothing Nigeria can do to save you anymore. And guess what? You are on your own. And that was what Papa was saying. So in retrospect, or in the general view, you can then look at the general picture of Nigeria. the insecurity. Now everybody they collect. And the failure of Buhari and Oshibajo, who happen to be a member or godson to Babajio. So they have failed. Whatever they have probably seen before they came, whatever Babajio saw. Because I remember back then, because a lot has changed. If you pay attention, if you have been paying attention to Nigerian, situation, you realize that Buhari has managed, because it is only APC, yeah, who came and they scammed everybody. They scammed educated people, scammed uneducated people, they scammed experts, they scammed pastors, scammed imams, scammed Muslims, scammed Christians, scammed Babalawo, scammed witches and wizards. You know why I said that? It was like a spell. 2014, 2015. So many religious houses, they gained so much relevance, so to say, because they could predict, as they always, they always did, they could predict what is or what was going to happen next. Some of them who stood by and said God told them that Buhari was coming and is going to change Nigeria to a better place. Gradually, year 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4, majority of them started adjusting their prophecies. It's like God, who told them a lot about Buhari coming, using this image. I don't know if many of you still remember this. This is actually like a very popular image when they were selling the Bobo. Then they said the best team against Boko Haram. Because then it was Boko Haram. Nobody, see what happened pre-2015. Even those who kind of had a little bit of support for Goodluck Jonathan then, right? You see what happened? The level of terrorism between 2014 2015. Baba will shake to shake your confidence at the time. So these guys were able to say, listen, this general is coming. And not just that, look at the man behind him. That's a pastor. He is an ordained pastor from Redeemed Christian Church of God. And it was easily embraced. Now, 7 years down the line, the people that saw the vision of Buhari coming to make life better, especially those who predicted all of that, they started adjusting and adjusting. Now, finally, many of them have now gotten to a stage whereby they couldn't even speak up directly and say, "Omo, this whole thing don't finish." Somebody was asking me, and he said, even out of all of this mess that many of them are trying to hide or try to be politically correct, pastors are being kidnapped, killed, ransoms are being paid by our churches in Nigeria. Yeah? And well, guess what? Majority of those who actually have supposedly have access to the system more, they are just minding their words to say, "Oh, more security don't collapse." So they said, you have to defend yourselves. But the question is this: when somebody turn around, especially those prominent people, because people say that all the time, for 7 years, it exposed the hypocrisy in so many people. The insecurity now boxed so many to the corner that even if they were pretending about one Nigeria and the rest of that, they couldn't deny the fear of what APC Egbekegbe brought in 7 years, going to 8 years now. Because now these prominent people, when they now turn around and say, you need to defend ourselves. We need to defend ourselves. All of you should go and defend yourselves. Meanwhile, the same people who come to their churches, go to their mosque, or go to their Jumat and all those places, right, are the same people who are disarming the people that are becoming the victims of the terrorists. So when the prominent people who have all the security, pastors, like Baba Gio now, I mean, is a topmost, what do you call it, personality, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. So he is highly protected. So when Baba turn around and say, you need to defend yourselves, because Nigeria, that's what he's saying, is that Nigeria can no longer defend you. When they say that, what exactly do they mean? Defend yourself with what? With punch, stone, or plywood, or what? Because they know that the only set of people allowed to carry weapons in Nigeria are two. One, the legalized ones called the armed forces or the police, like the legalized killers in the system. The unofficial one, okay, put it this way, they have two set of armed people who are allowed to carry the weapons in Nigeria. The way the system is so messed up, right? The Nigerian armed forces, Nigerian police, they are officially allowed to carry the arm, and they can kill anytime. When they kill you, all they have to do is to label you a name, or if they have no name to any kind of a tag to tag you with, then they can just call it accidental discharge. They call it accidental discharge. So they are licensed to kill you. And most of the time, they are not responsible, or nobody is held responsible for that. The unofficial ones who are allowed to carry weapons and kill at will are the armed Fulani terrorists everywhere. Now, you as a citizen, supposed citizen, you are supposed to be, let me put it this, you are actually at the liberty of the terrorists. It depends. Is it the state-sponsored terrorist official, or the state-sponsored terrorist unofficial? Now, let's break that down. Just a few days ago, in Shiroro, somewhere around there, Niger State, very close to where Nigeria Power Station is located, right? Terrorists who happen to be Boko Haram terrorists, 7 years after they sold the Bobo, the general will fight the physical battle, the pastor will fight the spiritual battle. 7 years after that, thousands of Nigerian soldiers, policemen, JTF, civilian JTF, every one of those that they have sent the way of these terrorists have been, massively slaughtered. Some of them hidden. Shiroro in Niger State, the terrorists attacked the place. There were Chinese workers there, and there were Nigerian police, Nigerian soldiers protecting those who were working there. Just the same way. Security in Nigeria right now has to do with how much can you pay. So they protect whatever they feel like should be protected, not the citizens. Well, this time around, they are protecting those who are working for the government. Armed men. The terrorists attacked them. They killed over 30 of them. 30. And they killed over 7 policemen as well. 30 soldiers, 7 policemen. The Nigerian government failed to even acknowledge the attack and the killing. Collateral damages. I've been a collateral what? That happened in Shiroro. Unofficial terrorists killed those who are supposed to be government armed official terrorists in my own book. And do you know why I call them official terrorists? Yeah, it is so complicated, this whole thing, and I'll make you understand. While they were busy, the terrorists were busy killing the Nigerian soldiers and policemen in Niger State. The Nigerian soldiers, they were there in Ogbaru, Anambra. Listen to this. So, soldiers armed to the teeth with like war weapons. I'm going to try and get that clip and show you what look like war weapon. What are they looking for? They are looking for unknown gunmen. Now they got to Ogbaru in Anambra. The villagers in Ogbaru, they approached the soldiers and said, well, if you are looking for these armed people you are looking for, the intel that you said you have is not here. It is down the river. There is this or that. Just like that, someone they open fire on them. I mean, soldiers who prepare to fight war. Civilians approached them, right? Or they approached a civilian community. They were supposed to have the intel. No one shot at them. Nothing. I can't share the video with you. Some of you have seen the video, Abby. Exactly. Who does that? Other than terrorists. They were supposed to be Nigerian soldiers. They were supposed to be looking for armed people that they called unknown gunmen. But do you know those they killed? The civilians they found in their houses. Some of them killed on playing ground. And the video of them moving all these weapons down to Anambra is everywhere. Nigerian soldiers, when they see terrorists, they run. When they see civilians, their blood and energy pump like anything. And that also has to do with location. In Biafra land, they committed another genocide where innocent people were slaughtered by the supposed Nigerian government soldiers. We know what they are doing, and we know that they are committing crimes against humanity, and it is on purpose. In northern Nigeria, where the supposed Nigerians should be protected by the Nigerian soldiers or Nigerian military, here is the report. When you hear about Nigerian soldiers slaughtered in Maiduguri, soldiers killed in Katsina or Kaduna, or soldiers killed in Niger, like the one I have just told you about. Now, this is not conspiracy theory. There is a report, a verified one, that when you unveil the identities of these killed and slaughtered soldiers, who most of the time run into ambush, already laid for them by the same system that sent them on that route, you will find out that they are mostly Southern soldiers, Igbo soldiers from Igbo extraction. Now, this is not conspiracy theory. Normally, a lot is going on that if people are really interested and they begin to investigate a lot of this, some of you would not be jumping up for one Nigeria. The identities of some of the identities of the slain soldiers in Shiroro are those you have on your screen right now. Nigeria military will never release their what do you call it? At least, do you know what they write for them? They always write missing in action in order to further deceive their families. denying them even in their death, right? And when I listen to pastors, men of God, people who actually should be hearing from God, over time, for some of us who grew up believing in the prophecies of those that we believed, heard from, we're hearing from God for real, yeah, I am now asking myself, like, is there no pastor or any man of God, anyone that is seeing vision to see that or hear from God that God is not interested in one Nigeria? I've asked myself for the level of the bloodbath. Now, listen, here is another one talking about the people who are becoming a victim of a system that they continue to say you should sustain. You see, when Pastor Adeboye was saying that you should defend yourselves, what he is referring to and in code is the fact that if you have enough money to protect yourself, in Nigeria of today, don't rely on prayers alone. Of course, you should pray and continue to, but you should also be very, very watchful. Now, Baba is not saying you should watchful. Baba is now saying that Benny, defend Daranyo. Look at this screen. These two men are supposed to, they are Reverend Fathers, if I am not mistaken. Okay. Their names are Christopher Odia, Reverend Father Christopher Odia Ogedegbe. Sorry, that's not the one killed. Sorry, these two. We have these two were kidnapped in Edo. Yes, Edo State. Just a recent news, which is 24 hours ago. So they are Reverend Father Peter Udo and Father Philomenon Obo. So the priest from Uromi Diocese, they are. Yeah. So they are abducted today. Yes. Today, the 3rd of July. And then hopefully they would not become another victim from the same state, Edo, where Reverend Father Christopher Odia Ogedegbe was also abducted, kidnapped, and killed by his abductor. Now, I was reading the news earlier, okay, and they were talking about, this same security issue, where those who, pledge to keep us safe are continuing. They continue to play politics. You know what I mean? So, Lloyd, I think sometimes people just get lost in the conversation in the chat room where they continue to exchange, all these banters. But I bet that majority are just listening to my voice, not watching, just commenting and reading each other. But it's good. It is called engaging with this. But one thing you should do if you're okay with what we are doing here, and then you want to register or mark your own presence, is that share the broadcast, like it. This will show that you are here, or you are here and you engaged with this conversation. So Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State, one of the pioneers or promoters of state police. Give me a sec. Excuse me. So Akeredolu was pleading with Buhari to please give them approval for state police. And that is a supposed governor of over 6 to 7 million people. 7 million people. And the person elected to be their governor, whose estate has been under several attacks where so many people have been killed by these Fulani terrorists, which prompted him and then his own supposed colleagues in southwestern Nigeria to say we needed to keep our people safe, and therefore we were going to start Amotekun, a security outfit that should ordinarily be the state police. But they did a bobo. They did a lot of jamboree. In fact, they commissioned, they recruited the people, and they told us that they trained them in order to be able to tackle these invaders. Because you see, this insecurity that we are talking about, as well as the report of poverty that you have been hearing about Nigeria from all over the world, they are all relative as we speak. Locally, the people who trade locally, farmers, the market traders have suffered greatly in the hands of these marauding terrorists, especially in southern part of Nigeria. The reason why I mentioned that is because, of course, we have read a lot about what, we have reported a lot about what they have done in northern Nigeria. But this time around, it is now closer to home, more than you can imagine. So this has affected the economic activities of our own people in southern Nigeria. Yeah, people have been killed. Farmers have been, chased away from their farms. People have reported their losses, and they have been counting their losses. Those who have invested. I'm talking about locally now. As politicians continue to ruin and destroy the economy nationwide, the local economy suffer more due to insecurity. And our people are falling more into poverty because of this. So if you now choose that we want to protect ourselves, why is everybody talking about let's protect ourselves? We need to do this and that. It's because of the level of the damages done by this insecurity. And we know those behind that. State House of Assemblies, legitimate state House of Assemblies, especially in southern Nigeria, especially in Yoruba land, which is the southwestern Nigeria. They came together, they debated, they wrote a bill to give sovereignty, to give, a legitimacy to a locally formed, security outfit to tackle this menace. But doing all of that, we witnessed all of that 2 years ago. It was kind of promising. But some of us knew then that they would become paper tigers. They would only buy me back, but they would never be able to bite. It didn't take long when the campaign against that came up. Because remember, the intention was that it seems that either we've confirmed that or established that the system or the security system in Nigeria has been compromised or deliberately weakened to allow all this carnage that you hear about all the time. No exaggeration, or they are real. So people believe that the security system in Nigeria has been deliberately compromised, weakened to allow all these killings. So therefore, people agree that the security system in Nigeria has now become overwhelmed by all these challenges. What do? They said, okay, let's harm ourselves, protect ourselves. Talking about protecting ourselves. And why Baba Adeboye would please should come cleaner. And then all these men of God who have a lot of followers and followings and people who look up to them, why some of us would like them to come cleaner and clearer is because it is no longer a case of trying to, hide behind the needle. Everyone says, go and protect yourself, go and protect yourselves. But Nigeria says, no, you can't. And the system doesn't even have to say it loud and campaign and all of that. Or even Buhari coming out to say no. But you know that the system says no already. They know that the system says no. And what is that system? That fraudulent 1999 constitution that will never make any law that the supposed elected people, elected by people, any decision they make on behalf of those people, if it is contrary to the agenda at the Nigeria national level, then it will be buried. Our security and our defense has been buried. Defend yourself, defend yourselves. The governor said they made laws, but it didn't see the light of the day. Amotekun was formed. People were recruited. They were trained. Now it was time for them to be harmed so that they could do the job that they were recruited and trained for. Then the politics started. This came in between. The real problem came in between. No, 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 no. If you should go ahead with Amotekun, it is anti-Northern Nigeria. It is against Northern Nigeria. You are deliberately doing it because you don't want the Fulanis in Southern Nigeria. Blah, 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 blah. And some of us said, listen, we know how divided Nigeria is. But for those who are benefiting from it, they will say anything. They will do anything to keep Nigeria same as it is, as long as it is benefiting them. But for those who are the victims of their choice, sometimes we should be bold enough to say, why should I continue to be part of something that is purely just meant to exist to kill me? I keep saying that because that's what I feel like it is for those who want the status quo to remain. You can't protect yourselves, right? You can't rule yourselves. You can't really do anything that is out of the guidebook, the rule book put together by the owners of Nigeria. 1999 Constitution says, if Buhari doesn't feel cool that we should protect ourselves, it doesn't even have to be Buhari. It could be anyone. Peter Obi and the rest. That's why I said, listen, although some of you are already obedient to you, all of these things, now talk, we will do something and chase them away. But some of us know that, or maybe few of us know that the whole journey is to try to keep together a totally tribalized, ethnicized, divided, hateful for no reason conclave. Keeping it together is just to say, oh, somebody just want to be Mr. President. Just to be Mr. President. If anybody say he wants to be president of Nigeria to come and change your life, and you believe them without telling them to start the journey, to first trash the fraudulent 1999 constitution that we keep shouting and talk about, they will be the Mr. President they want to be. And you will be the disappointed, everly ready and waiting to be disappointed victim of Nigeria fraud. We started seeing the instances where you will know that keeping Nigeria, you see, this next 7 months, many of you are going to tear yourselves apart. Now, one Nigeria you'll be fighting for, but you will tear yourselves apart because you are Igbos, you are Yorubas, you are Hausas, you are Fulanis, you are Ijaw. And guess what? It is going to get worse. I know be prophet of doom. Whatever you see today, we have seen that before. There are many of you who are watching me right now. 7 years ago, I think it was around December 2014, 8 years ago rather, 8 years ago, some of you, the day that those who destroyed Nigeria, when they came together in unison, strange bedfellows, Bokwari, Atifku, Saraki, Tifnumbu, Dino Melaye, and so many of them like that, Kwakwanso, when they said they were coming to rescue Nigeria, 8 years ago looked like yesterday. Nigeria cannot be rescued. There are moments that you feel like maybe it's going to happen. Everything will be a bubble. Make I take you back a memory lane a bit. When the people who are today possibly telling you that they want to save you, I mean, all of you have chosen your camps, and as you now choose your camps, una don dey tear una selves inside them, that same one contraption, defending yourself. Peter Obi is not going to be an Igbo president. Now you have to do and shalaye that one to the people who are bent to say, no, he's an Igbo man. He's a Yoruba man. Yoruba man is saying that I cannot support anybody. I'm not a bastard. I am a real Yoruba man. I cannot support a Igbo man. I cannot support a Fulani man, even if you know that thing. And all going into all of una love Nigeria. Abi, these people too, you remember, they once told you they were coming to rescue you. 8 years after, I'll talk now.
Thank you. We will change Jonathan, don't worry. See the man who is going to change Jonathan here. The chairman of our great party, a party that is set to make history in our country. Last night, when I stood here, I said, history is going to be made at this venue. I said, this convention is going to also make history in our political evolution. I also said this party is going to renew our democracy in this country. And since last night, you have witnessed what I describe as the most credible, transparent, elections to be ever conducted by any political party in this country. I am coming. I am coming. Jagaba has been my contemporary in the fight to restore democracy and sustain democracy.
They were friends and they are still friends. Now will not be the pawn on their chess tables. Me, I have stopped trying to worry myself and let people do their thing, because if you value your mental health, if you carry this their own thing, and some of you carry them, well, God help you. They are friends. And we have seen that before. And there's nothing they put together today that is not new. I mean, that is new. 8 years. Boko Haram. I'll give you the roundup of the success and history they made in 8 years. Maybe you see all their faces, including Tifnubu, everybody, to make the history. In 8 years on security, Nigeria jumped from the frying pan of Boko Haram into the fire, the flame of Boko Haram 1, Boko Haram 2, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, kidnappers, all of this in 8 years. Nigeria jumped from array 240 school children. How did they move them to they don't do them again? I'm talking about from Shibok to Dapchi in Yobe, from Dapchi to Kankara, to Kagara, to Kajuru, to the entire Kaduna. Now we saw school children being kidnapped in hundreds, many of them never to be seen again. So people got used to that at some point. Mass kidnapping, mass ransom payments, then the invasion of people's communities and sending more people into refugee camps, from 1 million people in refugee camps in 2015 to what is today now over 10 million people in refugee camps, and everybody collect to everyone, not just the northerners. In 8 years, the history those people made, ladies and gentlemen, increased Nigeria debt from 8 trillion to over 41 trillion, increased the poverty index of the people living in poverty from over 60 million in 2015 to what is now staggering figure of over 130 million. I'm not making up figures, so I'm just being generous. So if I give you the real figures, you probably will be like, that's impossible. Possible. Do anything, law. In 8 years, unemployment skyrocketed. But remember, they said any serious government will defeat terrorism or terrorists in 3 months. It's been 8 years now. More people have been killed by terrorists. More people have been kidnapped by these terrorists. And today, they are telling us to learn how to live with them. In 8 years, unemployment in Nigeria, those who have no real jobs, jumped from 13 million 13 million unemployed to what is now 43% of the entire population. Now, in a figure, we are now talking about over 80 million human beings who don't get job in Nigeria. Some are graduates every year. They are pumping them out. That is those who manage to even attend school, or those who manage to see themselves through schools, because ASU has kept the school under lock and keys longer than ever in history of Nigeria. For Stockholm Syndrome. In 8 years, ladies and gentlemen, they told you they will create 3 million jobs every year. You know what the story is today? They told you that they would be building you one refinery every year, and it doesn't make any sense that Nigeria, who is the oil-producing country, that country is also importing fuel that they use in Nigeria. It's a shame. That was what APC Egbekegbe said. We needed to fight the economic terrorists. Those were those they claim were stealing the money. But guess what? Even those refineries they met when they came, do you know what they did? They killed all of them. And they started a bogus, ridiculous project that they called this Trans-Niger Delta, whatever name they gave it, pipeline. They went to go and borrow 6 billion naira to lay the pipeline for crude oil from Niger Delta, and the pipeline is going to pump the crude oil from Niger Delta, will pump it to Niger Republic, where they are going to refine it, and then they will import back petroleum into Nigeria. Yeah, that's exactly what they did in 80 years. No refinery was built, no new refinery is built, no old one is ever fixed. And you would never buy petrol for 14 naira per liter, ever. Today, in 8 years of their miracle that they came to give to you, same time 8 years ago when they saw you so vulnerable, you want to save Nigeria, we need to blah, 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 blah. 8 years after, today, you are grouping again, you want to save Nigeria for somebody to become Mr. President as well. Then you, back to your trenches. They messed everything up, and they have now thrown you to the dogs. So it's now up to you to say if you want to extend your own, your own imprisonment, because not be everybody where they prison. I mean, not be everybody where they work, they prison. Many of you are working right now, but you are currently in the contraption, a prison style of existence, which is exactly what these people represent. They represent, and they will continue to represent, because the only strength they have is that Nigeria is. But there's something that is also kind of surprising to me. I don't know if you have also noticed, but for somebody like me, I kind of would love to say one or two things about that. We say, don't let Nigeria happen to you. Okay? Whether you say Nigeria should continue, it's a great country, it's going to work around this time around, fine, good luck to you. If you agree that we should stop wasting our time and then call for it and let's break this whole thing up. I mean, can we just start the systemic breakup at least first? Do something around breaking the system up first. Something they said, the devolution of power and the rest of that. You can't continue like this. But I don't know if you have noticed that somehow, maybe it's just me, again, my own observation before I say other things, right? My own observation. Have you noticed that somehow APC, PDP, and others, they kind of are so obsessed with this Peter Obi and all that? I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I'll tell you what I saw and why I'm saying this, okay? We understood the fact that younger people who have somehow come to the conclusion that they don't have anything to do with APC or PDP, in order for them to be able to have a better life or an experience of an existence as a citizen of a place. So the anger from their experience and all of that, which started from the NSAS protest at the time, you remember? And I remember that I stated at the time that if you pay attention to the NSAS protest and the protesters, right, you will realize that it is not because of just the police brutality. It is mainly about, or mostly about bottled frustration, brutality from everywhere. Not just police brutality, NSAS, and police this and that. No, people were reacting from the frustration that the system has managed or had managed to deny them from expressing over time. That when they had the opportunity of letting it out, NSAS was a textbook definition of how angry those who disagree with this status quo, the existence of this Nigeria, or where NSAS kind of gave you a picture into the heart of the anger, because it got to a point that even the politicians were saying, "Oh, this thing is beyond police and then police this and that." Shebi, we said we are going to disband them. Okay, we have disbanded them. Oh yeah, we've done this and that. Everybody should stop protesting now. They realized that it wasn't just about police brutality. It's about all brutality, corruption, lack, this and that. They could only express themselves that time. So when the system realized that, the system came for them straight away and said, no, this is not about police brutality alone. So you can sense the same energy in those who have, publicly identified as obedient. I'm trying to tell you to pay attention to something, an observation, then I will tell you where I'm going. It is the same energy, anger. If you disagree with them, they attack you. You are a madman. Look at this. They will dig anything they can dig on you. But if you say, I'm obedient to, they will love you. You know why? Peter Obi that they have now flock around among other rogues that are presenting themselves, PDP, APC, especially those who have the money and the structure. Peter Obi that they have attached their what have you on, you will realize that if you go against that, they kind of vent the anger on you in a way that even you will begin to say, she person no fit just talk this thing. No, you go collect you. Because Peter Obi is now something that they will say is the symbol of their own anger against the system. And this is my own observation, APC, PDP. Especially those who are so confident that they will pay yours, they will give you money, they will do this. Have you noticed that they kind of are worried? Then I'm beginning to see, Peter Obi one way that made them to so concentrate on the Peter Obi and all of them, instead of just ignoring them, like they feel like they could ignore anyone, trying to tell them that this whole house is going to collapse soon. Do you understand that now? Because I don't see, maybe, just again, just maybe, it is my own observation. On social media, you will hardly see PDP supporters and APC supporters criticizing themselves or attacking themselves. I don't know if it's just me or again, maybe it's just me. It is like same thing that happened during the NSAS. Yeah? The youth, even the youth who were like, who kind of supported APC, supported PDP, when NSAS came, some of them just joined because they could connect their own anger with the system. They could connect it with the protest. Then suddenly it's like everybody just talk about Peter Obi. And when they talk about this Peter Obi, they talk about him like somebody who is a threat to them. And I'll tell you why. First thing first, your election as it is going, you may deny or you may continue to pretend, it is going to be tribally hot, ethnically divisive, religious, a lot of things. It will be the worst of the worst election process that you witnessed. I'm talking about bitter, hateful exchanges that people like me will not get interest for your election. What surprises me, what continues to miff me, is that so all of now go they do this to us. You are doing all of this to yourselves, right? Just because you want to claim that you love Nigeria more than these ones. And in the process, na finish, we'll kill ourselves, we'll do this and that, threat here and there. But my own thing is that I have not seen where APC and PDP, the usual way, the old way, APC, PDP, where they will be like everywhere now, attacking themselves, sharing things. No. You will see APC, PDP focusing on this Obi. Number one, Obi is Igbo, who has done everything to explain himself and said, no, I may be an Igbo man, I'm one Nigeria. The Obi supporters, who cut across everywhere. I have seen them. There are many, right? Who cut across everywhere are also pretty much believing that, yes, Obi is Igbo, but it's one Nigeria. Anybody who disagree with that, your father. That's where I come with the water part of it. If you no agree, say their own idea of what Nigeria should be, you go collect. So that now united, that somehow as united, PDP, APC, now be everybody they talk. Now, here is first part. Before I go to that ethnic biased, so divided, so hateful, and it's going to be so confrontational. People have been, they have started attacking people already. You be Obi Abi, you will see a Yoruba one. You see, I'm going to come to that. Make we listen to the advice why Atiku is better. All of you now obedient, and all of you don't have an idea. See, this is Nigeria. Obi should wait. And why is Obi an issue to the Atiku too? To start with, Dino Melaye.
Fellow countrymen and women, I'm here to address you once again in the course of our nation's history. I'm here to address Nigerians, especially on my brother and friend, the former governor of Anambra State, and the former vice presidential candidate of our political party, Peter Obi. Peter Obi is one of the finest Nigerians who is intellectually mobile and administratively sagacious. He's a great Nigerian, and by the grace of God, he has the potential of being a great president in the nearest future. I celebrate you, Peter Obi, and I celebrate your movement for a new Nigeria. I celebrate your conscientization of the Nigerian youth and public on governance and building a new Nigeria. But I want to advise that your time is not now, because you will have to wait for your time. I've listened to your postulations, I've listened to your arguments, I've listened to your deliveries, I've listened to your campaigns, and I can say that 90% of your campaign is dwelling on reducing the cost of governance. I mean, most of your campaigns is around cutting the costs of governance. And I want to tell you that the problem of this country is beyond just cutting the cost of governance. The problem of this country is beyond reducing the cost of governance. I'm not saying that it's deceptive, I'm not saying it's pretentious, but I'm telling you that it is less than 1% of our national problem. Beyond cutting the cost of governance, and I want to say that cutting the cost of governance, you don't need to be a president to cut the cost of governance. If you have a very effective Minister of Finance, you have a very effective Minister of Budget and Planning, you have a very effective CBN governor, you can cut governance. You have a very effective chairman of the economic team. You can cut governance with the cooperation of a president. But I want to say that that is not our major problem today in this country. What we need today in Nigeria is to unify this country. Nigeria has never been this divided in our national history. Not even during the Civil War are we this divided. There is no trust between the North and the South. There's no trust between the East and the North. There's no trust between the West and the South and the Southeast. So we need one character who has the capacity and capability to unite us together as a nation first, because we need to first believe in ourselves as people. We need to believe in our unity. We need to believe in our togetherness, even before we can make progress, because without unity there can be no peace, and without peace there can be no development. So first, we need a unifier. Who can unify this country? Today I want to ask sincerely, Peter Obi and his supporters, can Peter Obi be trusted by a typical Katsina man or somebody from the northern part of this country? Can he be trusted as an Igbo man by Middle Belters, by core northerners? The answer, in every sincerity of purpose of heart and commitment, is no. So we need one Nigeria who is going to be trusted by every part of this country, who the North will believe in, who the South will believe in. And that person, without blinking my eyes, is Atiku Abubakar, who, when it was dangerous for any learner to talk about the issue of devolution of powers, when it was dangerous for any learner to talk about the issue of restructuring, he did with every boldness in him. Today, Atiku Abubakar married a Yoruba man, have Yoruba sons. Atiku Abubakar married Igbo woman, he have Igbo children. Atiku Abubakar married Hausa woman, he has Hausa children. Married a Fulani woman, he has Fulani children. He's a pan-Nigerian, he's a true Nigerian man. Only him, among those who are candidates of presidential, who are candidates of any political party today, seeking for the presidency of this country, have the capacity and potential to bring us together as a nation. So I want to say, it is time for us to think. I encourage the crusade, the movement started by Peter Obi to continue. Move from campus to campus, move from community to community, move from one progressive group and organization from this country to another, to campaign for the new Nigeria that is to come, and be part of the movement of Atiku Abubakar to rebuild, to restructure, to reorganize, and reboot Nigeria as a country. We must speak the truth, and the truth is the truth. You are a great Nigerian. I salute your political and intellectual sagacity. You are one Nigerian that I know. Tomorrow, there's a space for you. But for today, let us forget the social media drama. Let us forget the diaspora euphoria. The truth of the matter is we need a unifier. We need one Nigerian that can solve the problem of insecurity in this country. We need a Nigerian that will have intel from every security facet of our national life. We need a Nigerian that will get intel from Cameroon, from Chad, from Mali, from Benin. We need a Nigerian that has that capacity to solve the problem of Boko Haram, banditry, and kidnapping, because he has intel and connection with the security network in the South African region.
Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọlóògùn ni, amániṣẹ́ni ni, afàìmániṣẹ́ni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Amen. Dinomelaye is talking about Atiku that lives in Dubai. Let me give you some information about how Atiku is one of those who have no shame, and because they've never really been prosecuted for their crimes, so they could do more again and again. Do you know that all of those who are former presidents and former vice presidents in Nigeria, they are entitled for pension for life? Not just that, they are also entitled, okay, to have the same, all these packages they are giving to all these state governors, like houses in Abuja, houses in anywhere they want, vacation, every year vacation for them and their family members, life medical support for them and their family members home and abroad, right? Do you know that Atiku enjoys that? And collecting the salary of the sitting president of Nigeria. Do you know? Obasanjo, they collect them. Babangida, they collect them. Abdul Salami, they collect them. Bukwari was collecting it, and then he will still also to collect it as well after. And Atiku could live in Dubai. And if there's any reason why Atiku also qualifies, he married women from all of the geopolitical zones of Nigeria. But did you all see or listen to the part where Dinomelaye dropped the ethnic tribal line in his reasons why Peter Obi cannot be your president? I have told you many times. I said, listen, we all know that the Nigeria structure, the way it is, if you want to tell yourselves the truth, right, the Igbos are practically not wanted in Nigeria. I mean, it is always when it comes to them. That's when we always have a question like, are you sure he's not going to declare Biafra? Are you sure it's this or that? And guess what? That's exactly probably the only thing they will have to say about Peter Obi, if they really want to campaign against him. Because from all they have on ground, yeah, when you put all of them together, it will be the least among the trash that they'll present to you. Shena Tifnumbu or Atifku or who? So they can't hold him, somebody like that, on anything. So they have to make sure, he has to come so clean because he's an Igbo man. Me, I've told you many times, some people are pretty much like they love to be politically correct. Okay? And it's so unfortunate that those who have the idea or the ideology of this divisive, or let's say this division via a tribe and ethnic, and those who also capitalize on it for their own personal benefit, not for all of us, they have more kind of louder voices than us. Yorubas are not bigots who have to be like, but we have those who are like that. And that's because that's how Nigeria is. He's an Igbo man. A Yoruba man that is sounding so intelligent to you right now. A Yoruba man that is sounding so human, that is sounding so reasonable to you right now. When the conversation gets to one Nigeria and leadership in Nigeria, just make sure that if you still want that Yoruba man to still be sounding intelligent and fair, just make sure that a Yoruba man is not on the list. And from that moment, they will lose their home training. It is Nigeria. They have conditioned us that way. And people like Dino Melaye, they know it is the easiest one. Oh, he's a Christian and he is also an Igbo man. That two thing is the battle that Peter Obi would have to fight if he wants to be president of Nigeria. I mean, on top waiting. Just because you want to come and do what? To come and be called Mr. President. You go know better. Just make sure say una hold the tempo. Una no slow down. I they like that. Continue. Because it's making them feel like they will continue to use that same old trick. He's a Yoruba man. Or he's an Igbo man. Or he's an Hausa man. Be careful here and there. But yet, everyone that is telling you to be careful of this person, be careful of that person because of their tribe, because of their ethnic. The same people are telling you that Nigeria have to come together and unite. And you're like, that's a contrast. It doesn't make any sense. And politics is the time you will know better how divided Nigeria is. How divided Nigerians are. It is hypocrisy when somebody ignore that and start telling you, I'm an Igbo man and I'm a Nigerian and I know that with this country is all bull crap. But you will know better. Dino Melaye quickly dropped something. They didn't say because Peter Obi no get education. Oh. They didn't say because Peter Obi no get certificate. Oh. See, Tifnumbu no get certificate. The person that is currently holding the space for Tifnumbu, he no get certificate. Atifku no get certificate. Okowa, the current governor of Delta State, he no get certificate. No be me talk am, na INEC talk am. They say present your certificate. Now so story that they write. I'm not joking. Go and check INEC record right now. That's what is there. They have no certificate. They gave reasons why they can't present them. But they are not going to Northern Nigeria to say Peter Obi no get certificate. But they are going there to say Peter Obi is an Igbo man. And Peter Obi hates the Northerners. I have been seeing it. This one will be says them say. That is Northern Nigeria. In Southern Nigeria, the one Nigeria explanation to a typical Yoruba man is that a Yoruba man, let's tell ourselves the truth too. This is our own man. But the man know well. It no matter. She Buhari well ini. I'm gonna forget that thing. She, you want me to go and support Igbo ni? Well, for one Nigeria to be better, if na Igbo man, you think say get the credibility of what you they look for. Why not? If na that Yoruba man, but no they talk say because he be Yoruba man. That's why you want to ball. Baba, now story ló ń sọ yẹn. Go and read my comment on Facebook right now. I have been called a bastard. I have been called different things simply because I said, if I get choice, Kolu will never be my choice. This Maiyegun Eshora for Malenio. He hates Yorubas so much because some of and it is about one Nigeria. Now that is the reality. Other things you see, they are just pretty much the hypocrisy we're talking about. You don't believe me. Sorry, you don't understand Yoruba. Make I take you on a small journey of with Igwe.
Don't stop me. What do you mean? Well, fuck you. Won't be a like that. Lekan Oguyemi tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà àbí. Àwọn kan sọ mi, mi náà ti expect call ẹ. Àwọn kan sọ mi wípé o ti pè mí lánàá, o dẹ̀ pè mí níjẹta àbí. Ẹ̀bùn Olóyèdé ló ń sọ̀rọ̀, Ọláìyá Igwe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Wọ́n lọ sọ pé orí nǹkan kan tó ń bí ẹnu kò fẹ́ sọ fún mi pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí nìyẹn. Okay. Lekan, wait. So mo pé èmi ò ń purọ́, I must sincere with you. Mo ń record ẹni o torí ńgbà tí wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi, èmi náà ti ready ẹ, mo ń record ẹ gangan ni. So ti ẹ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ mo ń gbọ́ dáadáa. Now dúró ná. Ńgbà tó níṣẹ́ mi ò tó mi jẹ, mo tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Ọjọ́ wo ni mo wá sí Amẹ́ríkà tó fún mi ní nǹkan? Tí má dágbére fún ẹ pé mo fẹ́ padà s'Èkó. So máa ń gbé fóònù mi mọ́. Oya wá dúró, ìwọ wá ń bú, let me tell kí n bẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ìwọ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi àtàwọn ọ̀gá tèmi pé à ń polówó Tinubu. Jọ tá bá polówó Tinubu kí ló kàn ẹ́? So ti ẹ ṣé Àtíkù ní kí n lọ polówó? Ṣé Hausa lèmi? Àwọn Hausa kan wà tán tẹ̀lé Tinubu. Fine. Wọ́n ti rí wípé good aspirant òun ni Tinubu náà ṣe tẹ̀lé. Let me tell you. So àwọn kan náà tún wà. So ń gbà kó gbọ́ idiot kó máa gbọ́. Ìwọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sáwa, ó ti ya wèrè. Amẹ́ríkà yẹn tí ò bá pay ẹ ó jẹ́ wá sílé kó wá máa ṣiṣẹ́ lé. Ṣé Peter Obi ní kí n lọ tẹ̀lé? Yíbò ní kí n tẹ̀lé Hausa. Èmi kọ́là mi ò dẹ̀ kí n ṣe ọmọ àlè Yorùbá. Ọmọ ọkọ ni mí. Ṣó ti yẹ tó bá dẹ̀ ya idiot ṣó mọ̀ pé farabalẹ̀ ṣó mọ̀ wípé àmọ̀ra wa látàbẹ́kúta. Mo mọ bàbá ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ ìyá ẹ̀. Ìgbà tí ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin bàbá onígi tó kọ́ ilé upstairs ragbolé tí ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn àti dáàdì tó ń parí ẹ̀mí ò kéré jù o lórí ọ̀rọ̀ olóbìnrin dé kò sọ̀rọ̀ olóbìnrin dé ṣọmọ pé ńgbà tán ní kọ́ parẹ́ kí dáàdì ẹ̀ dọ̀bálẹ̀ kan bẹ bàbá fi òrùka sí ẹsẹ̀ tán fi tẹ dáàdì ẹ̀ lórí sọ pé bàbá ẹ̀ ráre kù ní ò ní ṣoríire Amẹ́ríkà tó wáyé ò ní wọ́n máa gbókù ẹ̀ wálé ní èmi lòún lálẹ́ àbí. Okay, o ṣe mo tún máa fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ rèé ṣó ti yẹ part 1 ni gbogbo ètò ṣe ń sọ yìí gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ tó ń bú wa lórí social media mi ò ní bú ẹnìkan ṣónú wọn á dára fún wọn káwọn máa ṣépè mo kàn fẹ́ mú ẹran tí nǹkan kan ní ṣó mọ wé ìrèké oníbùdó tó bá mọ̀ wé ìrèké oníbùdó tí Akin Ògúngbè fi ṣe fíìmù lọ́dún lọ́hùn wọ́n ṣe bí Bíbélì ni Bíbélì sọ pé ohun gbogbo ló ní ìgbà àti àkókò wọn kọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Bíbélì bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe wà nú ìwé ìrèké oníbùdó wípé àsìkò èpè àsìkò àdúrà àsìkò èébú tó bá ti tó àsìkò yẹn alágo nú ìwé yẹn pé àsìkò èpè láwa yóò àwa náà ti mọ̀ pásìkò èpè láwa ẹ máa ṣe fún wa pọ̀ gbogbo èpè yín pátápátá báwa ṣe rìn tó àdúrà ló jẹ́ à ń fi rẹ́rìn ni ẹni tí òrìṣẹ́ ṣe nílùú òyìnbó nú yín gbogbo yín kọ́ lẹ́pọ̀ nú ọ ẹni tí òrìṣẹ́ ṣe nílùú òyìnbó nú yín òun ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ṣó ti yẹ yín Tinubu yẹn làwa máa tẹ̀lé Tinubu yẹn dẹ̀ máa wọlé. Olórí burúkú ni ẹwé farabalẹ̀
èmi ò against Yorùbá nation ṣé ìgbàgbọ́ Yorùbá nation ni wípé àwọn ń tà wọn ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n nìyẹn Tinubu lọ́nà àbáyọ tèmi Tinubu ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ tèmi nígbà tèmi ò bá ti dí ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tí mi ò condemn ẹ̀ anybody ò lè condemn ọ̀nà àbáyọ tèmi lẹ́kan ó ti ya wèrè gbogbo ètò ń sọ yìí.
Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, but from the start of the video, you could see the trajectory of where they are taking your election to. Maybe I should use it that way. Some said that it is a staged call. And others said it is real. But in the abundance of arts, how did they talk that one? The mind, I've been at the heart confess, I've been at the mouth confess. In the abundance of, he made some statements that are real. He said, do you want me? You are abusing us because we supported Tinubu. Do you want me to go and support Atiku, Hausa man? Or do you want me to go and support Peter Obi, an Igbo man? I am a Yoruba man. I am not a bastard. Tinubu is the person I'm going to follow, which he has the right to. I mean, but when you listen to the other part of the video, whether it was staged or not, there are some key things there. And the reason why you need to know is that that's exactly what you are going to face in the coming days, in the coming weeks, months, and then whatever happens. A totally divided country, divided people, they know this is obvious. And obviously, too, kind of avoiding the obvious, which is the truth, that this is not meant to be. It is not. I have people who said that Maiyegun, see, listen, Maiyegun, listen. This is the last shot and the last time it is. If we try and they try to rig us or anything, that's it. Final. People said more than you. In 2014, 2015, some of them ended up in exile, that they are now far away from Nigeria. Others who couldn't be out, dead or jailed. It is the contraption versus you. Do you get that now? Some of you will say it is the Igbos versus Hausa versus Yoruba versus this and that. But in my own book, I've said it many times, it is a class war. The kind of a class war that determines, that your survival is decided by where you belong. A kind of a class war. As we see, people are going to support their candidates because of where they come from. It has always been like that, but usually it has always been like a two-horse races. Two-horse race like that, where it will be PDP, APC, or more. You will see propaganda you've never seen before. You will see attack, physical. And some said that, well, it will just be the last shot. And I'm like, does it really worth it? If you look at those who said the Milokon, in all sincerity, everybody get a chance to choose your own choice. Make your choice, though. I've said many things about choices and then the consequences of choices. That when you make choice or make choices, you should also be ready to accept the responsibilities for your choices. Like they say, elections have consequences. Sure, you get now your choice. But when your choice of somebody for an election in a country that is so poor, and will continue to be so poor, especially the road that they are taking you through. And you choose that, I am choosing him because he's a Yoruba man. Oh, great. Well, fair enough. I am choosing him because he gave somebody money. He paid my hospital bill. He did this and that for me. Well, you may say it is staged. I'm going to share the other part of the video with you as we watch. Then I will try to interpret again. Maiyegun.
Don't stop me. What do you mean? Well, fuck you. Won't be a like America. About Adeboye my better. Olórí burúkú ni ẹwẹ́ farabalẹ̀ èmi ò against Yorùbá nation so yi gbàgbọ́ Yorùbá nation ni wípé àwọn nta wọn ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n nìyẹn Tinubu lọ́nà àbáyọ tèmi Tinubu ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ tèmi nígbà tèmi ò bá ti di ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tí mi ò condemn ẹ anybody ò lè condemn ọ̀nà àbáyọ tèmi lẹ́kan ó ti ya wèrè gbogbo ètò ń sọ yìí Amẹ́ríkà ẹ ló ti mọ̀ so ti yẹ gbogbo òṣì tó ń ṣe yìí anywhere any day anywhere any day Tinubu la máa ṣe tiẹ̀ so ti yẹ okay ó dà dé farabalẹ̀ dembe sódodo ọ̀rọ̀ mo ti sọ pé mo ń record ẹ dáadáa let me tell you Lekan ṣé bo gbọ́ pé mo sick ngba kan abo gbọ́ okay ní the first one tí mo sick èló ló fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi tó bá yọ lórí burúkú ìgbà tá búrò mi ṣàlàyé fún ẹ pé mo sick pé bùn lóyèdè ọ̀rẹ́ yìí sick so gbàgbọ́ ẹ mọ́ that's number one. Number two, ìyàwó Tinubu yìí Rẹ̀mí senator Rẹ̀mí òun ló pe Àjàlá Galingo nígbà yẹn tí mo sì gbà pé ó yá ẹ máa gbé lọ sí teaching hospital ní Ìkẹjà lọ́dọ̀ máa ti kún sí Nurudeen olówó pópó of blessed memory yes òun ló ẹ̀dì bẹ́ẹ̀ báyẹn pé kán tọ́jú mi ó tún wá pè níjọ́ kẹta pé báwo ni tí ṣé mo sì ní visa America tí mi ò bá ní visa kí wọ́n tètè arrange everything kó máa gbé mi lọ pé ọláyà ò gbọ́dọ̀ kú so irú ọkọ irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn á wá bọ́ tapò ń jáde màá wá jẹ́ ọmọ àlè máa lọ tẹ̀lé lómi ó ti ya wèrè òní ṣoríire ṣé ti yẹ kí ni Hello, Little, I know your polo. So you are not an intelligent person. Let me tell you one thing or there. Shebi o wa láyé ńgbà tí Tinubu jẹ́ governor Lagos State. Ohun gbogbo lọ pẹ̀lú record ni. Ṣé le Tinubu kan ló liberate Èkó. Mo ń bi ẹni wèrè tó lọ South America tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé Tinubu kan ló liberate Èkó. Lẹ́yìn Jákàndé kò tún sí governor tó bí ti Tinubu. So ti yẹ kò sí. So tinu èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wá jáde kó fẹ́ jẹ president. So ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ padà sí record ẹ̀. Tún wá àwọn product ẹ̀ bí Fáṣọlá kẹ́ padà sí record wọn. Ẹ wá product ẹ̀ Ambode àwọn product ẹ̀ sanwó gbogbo àwọn èèyàn àwọn tó rí wọn pé tó ń tún Èkó ṣe. Gbogbo ohun tó kọ́ wọn náà ṣe. Ọ̀dẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Record làwọn fi tẹ̀lé Tinubu ló tún Èkó ṣe Èkó dẹ̀ da ọ̀dà Tinubu yẹn. Bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ ò máa sọ sálárì fún àìmọye ọdún. Tinubu fúnra rẹ̀ mà ló rán Èkó ó máa fi ọpọlọ rán ẹ̀ ni. Later náà ṣe wà bí tọ́ pé wọ́n ṣe wá ń consider wọn. Tinubu ìyàwó máa jẹ́ Èkó. Ọ̀dẹ̀ lè ní òpùrọ́. Sọmọ pa àtọrọ owó jẹ wá bá bọ́bí ẹ̀wọ̀ bí aláwa ò ní bú gbogbo ẹni tó bú mi lórí social media tó bú gbogbo wa lórí nǹkan tá a ṣe á dáa fún wọn. Ẹ jẹ́ kó máa ṣépè torí èpè yẹn ibi táwa rìn dé àdúrà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa kò lè túnú kan báyìí lára wa. Àwa ò dẹ̀ ní ṣépè fún wọn padà. Ìwọ lèmi máa dín pẹ̀lú ó yẹ ká ṣe kí ni. Okay àwọn ọmọ yín lọ́la èèyàn gidi bí kí ni bí ọmọ yín kéré. Olórí burúkú ni ẹ̀yin pé tẹ́ǹké náà nìyẹn ẹ̀yin gbàgbé ni wípé to rule this nation is not by age it's by experience and it's by good brain. So ti yẹ America tó wà yẹn kí ni age Biden tó jẹ́ president yín bẹ́ẹ̀. Olórí burúkú ni ẹ bá fara balẹ̀ sọmọ onodan ìkókó ni Biden tó jẹ́ president America. Olórí ibú ẹ ò ṣe máa bọ̀ lé pé wọ́n ṣe gbá gbogbo síbẹ̀ pé òkè mo fẹ́ kẹ́rù mi lọ Nàìjíríà padà arúgbó lẹ́yìn store ṣé kò tún America ṣe àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ àló ya wèrè tẹ́ bá délé náà ẹ fi yarí ìṣètì ó mẹ́ fuck you mẹ́ tọ́lọ́pàá bá da yín dúró ẹ máa sọ fọlọ́pàá pé don't stop me what do you mean well, fuck you n tó bí aláìyá èrè kò ṣe l'Amẹ́ríkà ẹ bá débi ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣì wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́mi pé àwọn ń pè Tinubu ó ti rí.
ìyá ti fẹ́ fọ́ orí anybody ebi ti fẹ́ lu ayé wọn fọ́ ebi ti yà wọ́n ní wèrè
Thank you. Again, I apologize to those my viewers who who don't understand Yoruba. He's just feeling entitled, and most of what he said, the reason why he's supporting Tinubu is because Tinubu's wife, a senator, the former first lady of Lagos, who is now a senator in Abuja, she recommended him to a doctor when he was very, very sick. That he couldn't afford his own medical bill, his own medical care. There is no medical facility medical, what's it they call himself? Medical policy or something like that for them, in a way that even as an artist, or things are bad, it was Tinubu's wife that referred him to a doctor in Lagos, and at the same time processed the visa for him to go to America hospital to go and get treated. Do you get that now? And how can he then not pay or pay back, which is all right? Then that caller, that person was asking him that if you owe him, if his wife did something for you, right? So fine, that they did that for you. Does that mean that all of us owe Tinubu? But the question I would expect is that why did Tinubu's wife, whose husband ruled Lagos State for 8 years, and he did so well in Lagos that Olaiya feels so good about it that they couldn't treat him in Nigeria, treat him in Lagos. They had to send him to America hospital using the Lagos State taxpayers' money. Do you get that now? To send him to America. So he's entitled, he's grateful, and that's the reason why he's supporting him. And he said, whatever you want to say, this is my own way out. This is our own way out of this and that. And if he pays us money, we will collect it. What's the big deal? Just same way, there is no big deal when you make all your choices. There is a bigger deal, especially if you are not willing to live with the consequences of it. So people who fail to build for them are the same people that they want on because they sometimes funded their own shortcomings, which many people like me and you can never, ever afford. How many people are, Remy, if to say that's how everyone is so lucky to be sent abroad, trust me, America will be full now of those being sent by Remy Tinubu. Continue.
Don't stop me. What do you mean? Well, fuck you. Won't be a like America. About Debbie and my Beroshi. One sort of him, I want Tinubu. Oh, Tiring Kakao at what I don't shape it. Magmori podium Tinubu by Modema checking. Moma Sobo one record to be watching when the president of the country. 20 years. Oya dúró. Wa fara balẹ̀ wèrè. Everybody inú wa bá ti gbó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Ẹlẹ́dàá gbogbo yín kó ṣe dájọ́ fún wa. Tó bá fún wa lọ́la a máa gbà. Bí má sọ̀rọ̀ tó lórí fóònù pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn ìgbà a máa gbà. Jẹ́ kí n sọ fún ẹlẹ́ kan, Ẹ̀gúnyẹmí. Ìwọ ni wọ́n ṣe change mọ́tò tèmi. Ṣòro ti ni ó gbàgbé. Kí ló dé tó jọba báyìí ná. Alára mo rí jẹ nìyẹn. Ó jọba bẹ́ẹ̀ gan. Ó lè kàn ti fẹ́ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ̀rọ̀ ságbàlagbà ni wọn ò dẹ̀ kọ́ mi bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣọ́nà ti pé mọ́tò ẹ̀ mo á fi gbé ẹ ní nǹkan bíi 2 years ago ńgbà tó wálé briefly. Tí mo á gbé ẹ. Tí mo gbé ẹ farabalẹ̀. Tí mo gbé ẹ lọ sí Radinsi tí mo lọ já ẹ síbẹ̀. Ṣé o ti gbàgbé? That was then. Ó ṣe sọ bí pé mọ́tò mi yẹn ò dáa kí n má fi gbé ẹ. Ó ní ṣoríire. Ó ní rí nǹkan kan mú bọ̀ láti Amẹ́ríkà ìwọ lórí burúkú yìí. Ìwọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sáwa, ìwọ ló ṣì. Okay. Tí wọn ò bá pọnú, ẹ ló ti weak. Ó yẹ kí mọ́mì ẹ pé ẹ̀kan sọ fún ẹ wípé èèyàn lè máa lọ kó máa sáré kó máa ṣe exercise kó dẹ̀ máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ kú jọ́ kejì kan ní nǹkan kan ò ṣe. Èèyàn dẹ̀ lè síìkì fún àìmọye ọdún kó dẹ̀ ṣì wà láyé kan ní bàbá yóò máa kú. Ó pọnú ni a ti sọ fún yín pé ẹni tó máa jẹ president orílẹ̀-èdè yìí is not by age but is by brain. Instead kí gbogbo yín kẹ́ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà níbi gbogbo òlú tẹ́ bá wà gbogbo ìtẹ́bá ìbàjẹ́ Nàìjíríà náà kẹ́ bọ́ sínú ilé Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lẹ́kún àti wòwò yẹn là wá ṣe jọ tó bá járúgbó ló máa bọ́ síbẹ̀ tó máa tún bí ṣe bá wa gbé débẹ̀ o tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ kékeré tó bá farabalẹ̀ wèrè tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ kékeré àdúrà tí ẹ̀gbọ́n ò ní gbà tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ kékeré ló máa tún lu ìṣe Ọlọ́run ọba jọ jẹ́ kó bọ́ síbẹ̀ ẹ ti conclude pé ọmọdé ló lè ṣe nítorí pé ya wèrè bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀rọ ọmọ kékeré tó lo àwọn obìnrin fún yahoo àbí ẹ̀rọ ọmọ kékeré tó dára oríṣiríṣi tó fraud bámọdé ṣe ya wèrè làgbà náà ṣe ya wèrè Ọlọ́run kó rán láàánú sórílẹ̀-èdè wa ló yẹ kẹ́ máa wí ẹ ponú àwa orí tiwa péjẹ yìí lọ ṣó ti yẹ ó ṣe èrè. Okay.
Charlie boy. What is it, Charlie boy? Say our mumu don't too much. Charlie boy, now your mumu not too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise? You are a mumu man. You are a mumu man. And then throw the tear gas if for something way bad for issue. We just pray. They say our mumu done too much. Our mumu done too much. You be mumu. They call other people mumu. They never show you say you be mumu. Nigeria is not for Desani. Nigeria is not for Charlie boy. Nigeria is not for good luck Jonathan. Nigeria is not.
Nígbà tá à ń gbàdúrà ká bọ́ lọ́wọ́ òkú ayé kan tá a sì ń wò pa ń bọ́ ń bẹ̀ lọ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́ ìwọ Ọlọ́run kí lè ṣe wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà gan tó tún wá gbé kọ́ọ̀lù mìíràn bọ̀ kọ́ọ̀lù burúkú lélẹ̀ abẹ́ ìbí ṣe à ń wò bí kọ́ọ̀lù.
Everybody should pick their choice. So they say now your Joe Biden be that. But according to their record, even Atiku is older than this Kolu. But did you kind of, sorry again for those who didn't understand Yoruba, but for those who who actually understood what he said there, right? Did you all pay attention to his responses every time that the caller says something? When he responds, he says, bye-bye. You know, that's how your baba is. Baba, baba she niye, baba erari kuni. Oh, you did it, you should ask your mother. Baba, yeah, oh, that's the typical way of those that will be called, that are called batidiots, batimuguns, or call them batmuguns, batidiots, bat morons, and then any other bat you want to add to it. But this man is too old. How old is your father? What about your father? I say, come on, man. I mean, this man is not so healthy. Shut up your mouth. Do you know that God can kill somebody who is young and keep somebody who is very sick alive? All the things that attacks you is what they have as a selling point. So if you meet them on social media, don't always think that they are actually like speaking for us. So even we be Yorubas, we collect from them. They said all of us, we no support Kolu. Sure, you get me now? We are enemies. Enemies! And the rest of all those things. So, and we know that they are still going to call many of us names. Make all of una, we no be Yorubas. Make una slow down. Make una double our doses, No double our dosage on top of this, all your water fight everywhere. Because all of us know, say, now all of us go chop the breakfast last. Choose your battle.
Oh, gbogbo ala ma jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú ma jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billah.
Everyone is an awaiting victim of a system that everyone is trying to figure out, how do we get out of it? How do we get out of it? We are all in it together, all of us. See this old man, he was so happy they were talking about P2B. The next clip, he break your heart.
So young youth let tell you. Tell out to the flag him. Yes, so Peter Obi. Peter Obi by the people. Peter Obi for the people. Peter Obi response to the people. progress and prosperities of the nation.
Yay!
More poverty in Nigeria.
Yepa, ó ti gbọ́.
E. Empowerment of the whole nation and the youth of this country. T. Transparency and technocratism of government and transmission of the electricity of this country.
O3, yay! Ó pọ̀.
Endure all the tribulation that APC and Buhari live for him. Restoration of the restoration of the economy of restoration of the economy of this country from the dead economy to life economy. Peter Obi is going to obey Nigerian constitution and fundamental human rights law.
Yes, sir.
Going to be the best administration Nigeria in 1900. Peter Obi is going to use intelligent and intellectual people to run the system of administration of this country in order to turn Nigeria to be a utopianism, federalism, idealistic, and equalism country. I hereby call all the north, all the east, all the west, and the south to call Obi into power in order to turn Nigeria to be a great nation, great people.
One love.
Very cheerful man. You know, you'll find his likes almost everywhere, who are kind of so enthusiastic about what they think will probably make a difference and all of that. Unfortunately, he got targeted though. People know him, they know where he lives and the rest of that. And then sometimes just immediately after the video, he got knocked down by a car. I'm happy that people are already helping him. I only brought his story up tonight to tell you that a lot is going on, and it will be good not to pretend. That very lively man who was talking earlier on the sick bed after being knocked down by a car, driving one way. It's like driving against the traffic. And I want to bet you it is intended.
Accident on Tuesday. As I come down from the vehicle that coming from the one way, I didn't see it. It just hit my leg. That is how the thing started. I'm very, very sorry, and I have a lot of things to do. I'm very happy to tell you today that it's not my will, but I have a lot of things to contribute to campaign organization on the motor accident.
So good enough is caught the attention of Peter Obi's social media, movement. And I bet you that they are already working to really, really assist him. Something that they do with ease, especially those who have been following them, I would say. May Nigeria not happen to me. May Nigeria not happen to you. We are all just a victim waiting to happen. When I say that, it doesn't mean that I'm wishing you evil. I'm wishing you anything. I'm only saying that it will happen one way or the other, especially as long as Nigeria continues to exist. Some of you said you want to have your own fight. Last fight. Good for you. Good luck to you on that. Anyway, there is a person who knows about your anger. And that person is Rotifmi Amechi, the Ubima, Judas Iscariot. He returned home to a rousing welcome in River State, in Port Harcourt. I think it was yesterday. Well, he wanted to be president, and after all the old game and all of that, he resigned as a minister of transportation at the eve, on the eve of the train Kaduna Abuja, train passengers who got kidnapped just a month or so before their convention, APC, Egbekebese convention. Well, the journey, all said and done, Amechi is back home, was back in there, and he was advising the people there. He said, listen, I know we've messed up. I know you guys are hungry. But in that your anger, now only APC, Egbekebese save you. How? Come on. They are taking a piece. That's pretty much like the way I feel it. When I take a look at those who are passionately, as Nigeria must be saved. You're taking a piece. That's what you're doing. You're taking a piece. And then it's like a A repeat, rinse, watch, repeat, rinse, watch, repeat. That's what you want to be doing every 4 years. And that is pretty much like a gambling with the lives of the people. And it could be you gambling with your life. That's so expensive, a risk for somebody to take, especially if you know better. So that's why somebody like me will be like, oh, why do you have to gamble with yours? Nigeria. They know you are angry. They say in that anger, please don't go and choose others. Okay, choose us. We still have the solution. We just haven't unveiled them so far. It is taking a piece. Nigeria is not this. Nigeria is a great place. We should all come together. We should this and Baba, you are taking a piece. Honestly, you are. Because you know the reason why that you would ask me to come together and united is because you know we are divided. And if you understand why we are divided, you will understand that just saying come together is not enough. It is taking a piece. It's like insulting me indirectly and then expecting me not to ever get angry. So I've chosen not to be angry, by the way. I'd rather just wait it out and see how you would pull it off or how you will react when your disappointment comes calling expectedly. How would you react? Answers happened and I thought, oh, if they attack this, but if they should touch these people, Nigeria will explode. It happened though. I've seen a lot. But sometimes I've also learned that sometimes you should let them enjoy the adrenaline. Let them enjoy the blood rush, the enthusiasm that comes with hope, especially the ones created from the place of frustration, like that of Nigeria. You did 8 years ago. It beat you hard. It beat you so deep, and it killed a lot of us physically, and then well, financially, economically, and the rest of that. So to somebody like me, I'm just going to be like, why? I mean, is it worth it? But to some of you, it is, because you are having that adrenaline rush. You are believing it's going to happen. The best that I've learned over time is to let you experience it if you would be allowed to experience it. Choice, something that somebody like me won't decide. But you can't ignore the division if you know that we need to be united. Why? Because we are divided. Why are we divided? You know it. I know it. We all know it. How come we are so scared to address them, to discuss them? Oh, no. When the good person gets there, we will discuss them. Hello. Come on, man. That line doesn't really work on everyone. All you will get at the end of the day is going to be, you know what? We don't make the decision. Nothing we will go do. Oh yeah, go and defend yourself. With what? How? Defend yourself with what? The decision that will lead to go and defend yourself later. Now so it be. You don't do same thing again and again and then expect a different result. Pretend this is not happening or it is not what it is when you know it is exactly even deeper than what it is. Then when you get the other result that completely negates what you projected, then what do? Maybe we should consult our own forefathers and consult this and that. Or maybe then Yoruba nation will make sense to you. Maybe then Biafra will make sense to you again. Guys, let me tell you something, right? You see, human wants is unlimited. And most of the time, yeah, the human brain can only deal and embrace with what it gets right now, which is what they say human brains. That's why you need to feed your mind, feed your brain with informations that will never allow any kind of distraction, manipulation, lies to have a place in that your mind. But if you fill your mind with less information, so to say, that will make you one morning. Last week you are Yoruba nation now. Well, somehow you are getting convinced. Maybe Peter Obi, or maybe Tinubu is a Yoruba man, it is and that. you have created that room for all the lies, propagandas, and every other thing that they are dishing out there, they are putting out there to play with your mind. You have already created that room for it. People are calling me, Maiyegun, I am telling you, Yoruba Nation is not going to come anytime soon. We should all try and then, support this one, support that one. People were calling me. The way I'm seeing this thing, Maiyegun, I think we should. I'm like, I don't know why you have to ask me before you should, because I am never going to come out here and tell you, oh, you should. After all we know, you should do what? On top waiting. People are now saying, Peter Obi is going to discuss Yoruba Nation and that. I say, you go see where Peter Obi would deny the self-determination at some point when the real campaign starts and they say Peter Obi want to be president to break up Nigeria for Biafra. He will come out boldly. He will do video and will say there is nothing like Biafra. And some of you who use that excuse of Peter Obi is better and is going to support Biafra, and because of that, you change your DP, you change your profile pictures to Labour Party. I have seen many. Same thing with my Yoruba brothers and sisters. Yoruba Nation can wait. Tinubu is a Yoruba man, and this and that. It is legitimately. We should blah, 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 blah. Tinubu will do this. You know what I mean? Because you have already planted that in your mind, and therefore, it is going to what? It is going to widen so big. I have seen it all. People asking me questions that if they should. And I'm like, I'm not the one who is going to tell you. But you are denying, you are lying to yourselves. You are deceiving yourselves. If all you know why Nigeria is not working, why Nigeria will never work, if you have to let all of that be lost on the whole virus software and there, Baba, enjoy Amo. But you are going to come back and then what? Remember that you actually knew then that Nigeria will never work, especially not the way it is put together right now. Then you're going to come back and what? And pick up where you left it. Biafra now, Yoruba Nation now, Abi. Save yourself all of this. Save yourself all of that. Keep your stand. I wish I could make you do that genuinely and just say, oh, the way I just said it now, that's it. I don't have to repeat it. But no. You are following the enthusiasm, the optimism, all these lies that comes with Nigeria will be this or that. You are ignoring the foundation. The foundation is that we are divided. We don't trust ourselves. We talk about unity. We talk about progress. We talk about one country. But we don't mean any of those. You know it. I know it. And if you and I are allowed to vent our own disagreement or anger with the system, trust me, man, you are not going to stand up for one Nigeria. Unity is not just a word. You don't just say it and then you say, yeah, we are united. But you know better. All of this observation I've just made now. So people like me feel like, what is the reason for, it's not worth it. But to some of you it is. But we start paying attention, though. I don't know why they feel like Peter Obi is a threat. On social media, you can throw banters, you can do all of that. But if you see APC, now Peter Obi this. That's gotten to a point that they are now saying that Peter Obi mob, they are bullying other people. I'm like, Oh my boy, if you live long, sometimes you go see some things where you say you don't believe safe happen. No. PDP, APC, they complain of a bullying from the children of anger that they massacred during the 20 days NSAS protest. Suddenly, they go ban your Twitter, ban Facebook, ban everything. So last, the only thing they won't ban is that your identity that they have told you that doesn't really matter for now. Nigeria is number one. Nigeria is this and that. The real you, who you are. I'm a Yoruba man. Who are you? So thank you so much. I'm going to take a break. And I think I should take a call. I still have like an hour I can spare. I'll share with you just to take few calls as well, okay, tonight. But before I do that, right, do me a favor. If you have been with me all this long, I think we have over 2,000 of us on YouTube, which is good. Thank you for coming. So take a moment, like the video, okay, share it. And if this is your first time, you can also subscribe onto MaiyegunsDiary Politico, set your notifications on, and you won't miss anything. But I will be back in a minute. Then my line will be opened to all. Hello there. I have my first caller.
General, 1 second. Let me lower the volume of this thing.
Oh, the broadcast. Okay, there.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, Baba?
How I do? What thing they happen now?
Well, I'm here again.
And I just be here. I just lie down. They watch you for TV.
Oh, I'm glad we are not doing People's Parliament tonight. You would have joined us and be like, from America. No, I would have said, hey, turn it off.
Most of the time, Mumawa and Ibishen, if I call you like that, yeah, I will just be just to make I contribute one way or the other.
Thank you. So that's a line. So help us add your own voice as usual.
I enjoy the broadcast, Maiyegun. We will continue to tell them.
Make I quickly answer this. So 1 sec, I just got a super chat message.
Yeah.
That,
Maiyegun, why don't you ever comment?
You checking your screen, have you?
Yeah, why don't you ever comment the courageous Adeboye?
Maybe, I didn't do. I am not really somebody who, sort of praises personality that much. But if I have omitted that in a way, and I've spoken about Adeboye many times on this program, especially whenever it drops, something that we know, right? That's so kind of vibrating as usual. So lightning, I will look into that. So thank you. Ahmed, please.
Yeah, let me comment on that too. Okay. You see, the thing is this. Baba Adeboye is speaking for the Yorubas. We acknowledge that for real.
That's right.
But, anybody that is still associating himself with Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
We see, one Nigeria. We still have comma because there is. Why do you want to be that one when it's not one? When some people are trying to make it not to be one, and they are trying by all means, and you, instead of you to fight for your own interest, Why are you trying to make it collectively when everybody is fighting for his or her own interest, and you are trying to make it like, no, Yoruba can continue.
Yeah.
It has to be no. Some don't want it to be collective. So let's leave those people that don't want it to be collective. Let's do our own. Our thorough tiwa dance so idea everybody who your way. One is not one from the first time it started. So why are you trying to make it one by all means? And you say outside is dominating
and
you, or
the
people want to dominate you.
There should be some terms and conditions agreed.
Of course,
all parties.
Of course.
Is that not what we're saying?
Of
there should be an agreement that all parties agreed to. Say, okay, yeah, we agreed to be one, but there's nowhere we did agree to be one.
Yeah. So you see, Maiyegun, there is one thing I could just say, you see, there is one thing again about these people that will say, because I am a Yoruba, I am supporting Tinubu, Kinikon. Because you are a Yoruba, you are supporting Tinubu. But an Hausa man is there. Buhari is doing his thing. You are insulting him. Which, that thing that Buhari is doing, some people, even some Yoruba, are still like, it takes time just because they are watching, they are taking their marking time. They are waiting for their own turn so that they can take turn and do their own. They are now being patient about the madness going on, which we and other people that don't even support.
Like somebody to say, for example, somebody to pay Tinubu pay my hospital bill. Or Tinubu's wife pay my hospital bill. When I pay, how many people would have access to Tinubu's wife to have the hospital bill paid?
You see the guy that called, because I've seen the video on his page. Me, I don't follow them. Because following it just my call fair get out. I don't even want to see their post. So when I was watching that nonsense, that person that was calling him,
you get.
Bó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ mo wá rò pé eléyìí ò bá bárù mi pàdé kò bá bárù mi pàdé if you meet the kind of bó ṣe ń sọ nǹkan tó ń sọ because you see téèyàn bá ó da kéèyàn mọ ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́ then wà á mọ ọ̀rọ̀ sọ tó bá mọ ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́ dáadáa then wà á mọ bó ṣe ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ bó tó bá jẹ́yàn tó jẹ́ pé tó bá jẹ́yàn tó jẹ́ pé wà á kọ́ gbọ́rọ̀ tó bá gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn ní wo ibi tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ti ń bọ̀ ní wò jinlẹ̀ ní wo everything about wà á kọ́ ní reply but tó bá mọ ọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́ tó bá gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn dáadáa the way Igwe was sounding from the way he was giving his answer that guy will be taking his own point out and he will be hitting him back. Bó ṣe sọ pé when I was
typical, even the argue you believe that to bad sorrow. Bad land, one of us sorrow. But in a typical Nigerian way, I'm from and land you. So you know that project kind of be suspecting that phone call was staged.
Yes.
Or and you believe if I can't talk over you, you can't talk over me. At some point, somebody has to stop.
Yeah. So bó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó bá jẹ́ mi màá kọ́kọ́ farabalẹ̀ á sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Tó bá tẹ̀ ní kẹ́ mò ń gbọ́ màá ní sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tán ṣe bó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tán Tinubu mò ń gbọ́. By the time tó bá wá land, you will now pick one or two because the guy is about to talk. Wà ní farabalẹ̀. Ọláyà will be like farabalẹ̀. You didn't even allow him to talk. But tó bá jẹ́ pé òun gan mọ̀rọ̀ sọ, the little time tó bá máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bọ́ǹbù ló máa sọ kalẹ̀. When he was talking, when he said, ìgbà tóun ara òun ò yá kinní kan Tinubu, his wife did this, his wife did that. That guy on that line would have thrown one or two words that will shut his dirty mouth up. Like, okay, his wife did this. If the Lagos that you are claiming Tinubu has built has done that, why can't you have a healthcare that will take care of you? Why are they asking if you still have a valid visa that will take you abroad? Ó yẹ kó rò pé olórí burúkú ni ẹ bó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ó yẹ kó lajimọ́ ẹ lórí ní ayé ẹ̀ máa bá ayé ò ní dá bó ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Tinubu is taking care of his wife. Ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn ní kó a fi san fún ẹ torí ó ti take care ìwọ. Àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti ń kú re. Àwọn bàbá sùwé dẹ̀ẹ́jọ́ gbogbo all of them go and check how they have been dying. They die on their sick bed. Nobody to help them. But all these mad people, but she why tó bá ń wo program yìí kan máa gbọ́ mi àwọn olórí burúkú ara wọn wọ́pọ̀ abroad. Abroad làwọn olórí burúkú ara wọn ló ń fi celebrity wèrè tó ń fi popularity yẹn tó fi ń wá wé tó fi ń wọ America tó máa bá bẹ̀ jókòó sí celebrity àwọn celebrity òfò àwọn celebrity táyé wọn ò ní dá àwọn celebrity tó máa ṣòfò dànù ní kúre gbogbo yín ní kúre ayé yín máa bàjẹ́ níbẹ̀ ṣe wà yẹn. These are those things they have used to mess people. They are useless movie they have used to mess people's brain up.
And
they continue to do this play and
ó ṣe ó ti ní pé gbogbo ìpètè iṣẹ́ fáwọn ò lè máa wọn àdúrà ló máa dì. Ó
máa mú yín ni àdàbí tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe nǹkan ìpè ó máa mú yín ni torí ẹ̀ ń rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀ ń gbójú dànù torí nǹkan tẹ́yìn máa jẹ ebi yẹn ló máa pa yín kú ẹ̀ ní kú síbi táṣọ yín wà lẹ́yìn wèrè ẹni àdánù.
Let me take another one. Just
no Allah.
Thanks so much for being part of it again tonight, Ahmed.
All right now.
Nice one, man. So I have another caller on the line. A quick one as well. Omo Yoruba, we got your message. Hello there.
Yeah, Maiyegun, how are you doing? This is Fidelis from Canada.
Hi, Fidelis. I'm so well. Thanks for asking, by the way. How are
you? Yeah, fine. Quite a long time. Quite a long time.
It's a battle, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get through.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to, because I was watching your program now, and to be frank, well, you know, I've said this before. I don't know if people could bear me witness that Nigerian situation is beyond what we can presently salvage. You know, it's more like, how would I say so? It has got this super saturated situation. Yes, where it has to wreck completely. You know, I use that word that it will sink and hit the bottom of the sea first before it will start to come back up again. You know, I use that word, and I'm sure a lot of people would have probably misunderstood what I was trying to say. Now, you can see already that Nigeria, as far as we are concerned, the grandium of what the North actually want to do, and I keep with all apologies to them because I have friends there who are there. Their grandium plan really is the final Islamization of the country. That is their they don't care how much they are going to throw.
People like Papa Adeboye or Yodepo, because they would have access to more information that possibly than me and you, who have an idea or who are in the know of some of these things. Why are they afraid to speak out? Are they waiting for?
Yes, they can't. Yes, they can't speak. They can't speak out because that level of age, that the people in their own set of age have their connections already, and they are feeding very fine from them. This struggle we're talking about is just for those who are below that threshold, the poor masses, those people that Sunday Igboho is asking now to speak up, those who their children are kidnapped, those who are killed, those who are kidnapped, whose organs are harvested and are taken to China. These are the people who are agitating now. These are the people who are saying that, look, enough is enough. We are tired of it. But the people like Dino Milai and the rest of them who are in power presently, they are like lions who have the meat in their mouths. So whether they are even in the north, whether they are in the south, whether they are in the east, wherever they find themselves, they will never subscribe to the fact that Yoruba nation or should stand. They will never ever subscribe because they know they are already feeding far. They have the connection there. That is where the problem lies. Now, one thing we should also understand.
Imagine somebody like a former senator who is now rooting for a former vice president who wants to be president. And he's selling points that Peter Obi is an Igbo. He's unsellable in the north because he's an Igbo. And Atiku is the right person because he married from all the geopolitical zones.
So you can see that such people who we look up to as being educated people can preach polygamy and say that we should be marrying many wives so that we can show to ourselves that we are from different parts of the country. Does that not show to us already that we have mad people who are actually steering the ship? You know, for Peter Obi, it's a sad news. The guy is not ready for this Jaguar. You know, I don't think he's not ready for it. I know. No. See, listen. Let me tell you, people, I'm not a prophet, but I can tell you where the game is going to end. Where this game is going to end into rascality.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to end into rascality. And when he ends into that rascality, Peter Obi himself has his investment outside the country and all that. He will just pick his bag and all that and then leave. Many of all these top politicians, they have houses abroad. They have their families out of this system.
Is in Dubai.
So they are not.
Tinubu is in South
Yes,
right
they don't care. They don't care. But what baffles me a lot is this, and that is where I will speak from now. Why is it that the Niger Delta is keeping quiet? Because as small as Niger Delta is, they are the cataracts, in which if they decide to rise up today and say they are turning off that tap of crude oil, Nigeria will boil the next day. People, even all these top politicians, if they do not see the normal earnings that is coming to them in 1 month, they will decide to change their tunes. But why is it that Niger Delta is keeping quiet?
Because they are giving those who make the trouble some money, bro. You know that. They are taking care of them seriously. Yeah. One of them who was in charge of the check that they paid to them per day a year ago when they were asking him for the money for Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. He fainted heart attack. You remember?
So,
what happened to him?
Yeah. So
now you have your answer. Why they have been keeping quiet? You have your answer.
To be frank, I brought a suggestion one time and I said all of us in diaspora, we should cut off sending money back home, that it will trigger and make people realize. But I don't know if many people are doing it and all that, because
just one part of way to get to them is not the main part. I have people who have cut short, they have cut down all what they give to people. They don't give random and all of that stuff. Or see, I appreciate your time with me tonight. I wish I could be talking to you on and on like that.
No problem.
Thank you so
much.
Let me take another one.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have here another caller. Hello there.
Yes, my brother.
Yes, sir. How are you?
One empire. One name. I was speaking for you. Anyway, thank God that we're alive.
You know the new one I just learned. I've known it so much. I mean, a long time ago. I should have been using it. Or now I'm going to be using it. So when you tell me, when you say everything you want to say, I'll just say that all day, ma.
No, that's true.
Thank you get that now, Baba? So I'm happy to
I get it.
So go on. Everybody can hear you.
And if we don't get it, they should forget about it.
They should forget about it. Oh, dear. That's it.
Anyway, I was just watching and I was just thinking that there is an adage that is in Igbo that says that, let me just use it in the English language, anyhow I can try, that my son is tall doesn't mean my son has grown up. Dino Baleye is a big fool.
The height of a boy is not doesn't determine
how old he is, that is mature.
The growth or the maturity of that boy.
It doesn't. That's not what it says. Dino Maleye, I'm sorry I'm using this word to you. I have a confirmation from somebody that is your family member, your brother. Here. Your brother confirmed it that you're a fool, and you're a fool. Because the brother lives here. Trust me. Somebody who is talking about, somebody is talking about another person being a unifier. The place you come from, Kogi State, you could not even unify your own Kogi State, your own Kogi State. The person you introduced to people who is Yaya Bello today, the governor of that state, could make you to amount to nothing, and you are trying to tell us that you know about a man, that you are a unifier. Look at the result. One thing I know is karma. It will surely come back to you.
It's turn by turn.
Look at it. Yes, because Both the APC, both the PDP, they are all burning. Burning and burning and burning because of their kind of character. Jump from, if you ask them now, they say it's two major political parties in Nigeria. Yeah, it is like the way you have Republican and Democrat. But have you seen any Democrat move from Democrat and go to Republican? Have you seen any? Or have you seen any Republican jump from this thing and go to Democrat? It is because each individual represents an ideology, what they stand for. In Nigeria, none of them knows what they stand for. They perambulate everywhere. Anywhere, belefe. Perambulate anywhere. Look at how old is the democracy in that so-called contraption? How old is democracy? But that democracy, under that number of years, all of them, they've cross-carpeted more than 10 times within that year.
It's a badge of honor for them. They will say, hey, even your own, even your own man self don't cross, even your own woman self don't cross. It's a badge of honor for them. It's sad.
You know, that guy you are looking at, he has not been able to even any good thing. I pass through his place when I'm going to Abuja by road. It is only his house that is right there. Yes, it is only his house that is there. Every other, there's nothing good about that particular place they call it. That is his house. Do you know, man? Is that supposed to be somebody who is going to tell us who is a Nigerian or who is a unifier? You quantify Atiku Abubakar as a unifier because of you married different wives. Different wives that all of them, they are running away from his house right now. Go and look at it. You are telling us that he's marrying different wives because they stole government money and has the money
they continue to steal it because they have positioned themselves that they will have it for life. If Nigeria break up tomorrow, part of the people that will first go broke, Atiku is one of them.
They will go broke. I am telling you.
A lot.
This whole thing, all of them, they are doing is to save their future generation from not going broke.
Imagine telling you that
either they like it or not. After the 2023, the journey still continue. Like I keep telling people, we will get to that place.
Yes.
The journey will still continue. They think we are going to back down. We are not backing down. No backing down, no retreat, no surrender.
You know, how could you, how are people going to back down when the thing that pushed them to demand for breakup still exists and they will continue to exist? No matter what promises they make to you today, if you believe them, Baba, I get 2 plot of land where I want to sell on top Obalende Bridge. Now you see that bridge, I get 2 plot of land where I want to sell for you. If you believe anything these politicians tell you, then come. I've got land. I've got 2 plot of land I want to sell. I'm advertising that.
Then look at the one that said he's an actor. He has gotten fat. I don't recognize him anymore, but I tried. It through his voice. I called somebody. Somebody confirmed that, oh, is that actor that he used to. You know, when you know people who are irresponsible, the person talking to you on the other side of the phone is not even abusing you.
No.
But all you kept doing, for
his father, for his mother, you just leave all the conversation. I mean, come on. That is typical, by the way.
Talk about the ring. Talk about the oruka that the one person used. And, oh, man, I looked at it. I said, oh, my God. This was exactly what I got when I watched that particular video when all of them were saying all those things. And I said, in 2023, everybody, they came against me. The only thing I told them is that I have seen that all of you, your surname is suffer, and you will continue to suffer.
I mean, enjoy. Osita,
let
me take one more.
Thank you very much.
I go,
All right. God bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it's always every night anyway, but when I hear your voice, I just feel like, the top members of the temple, they would never want to miss a service except when they have to. So thank you for all the time.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I have here another veteran who is on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Prince.
Hello,
It's
sir.
Prince Gentleman, Maiyegun General.
The Prince.
Hello, hello. Yeah, Maiyegun General.
How are you tonight, sir?
Happy to. I'm fine. Are you?
Very well, thanks. And then I even say that because I did say that to Sita and others earlier with what happened in Obaru in Anambra State. When I saw the videos, when I saw the bodies, when I saw the brutality, Baba, it could have also possibly have me drain my own mood again tonight. Every time I remember that. So, and I bet many of you have seen that as well. The Prince.
Yeah, we have seen it. It's abomination. I don't know the way to describe it. But the thing is that
youth, unarmed people, lifeless bodies. They are not killed by terrorists who were invaded. They were killed by soldiers who said they are looking for non-government in residential areas.
The soldiers in Nigeria. I earlier told you on this program that Buhari government gave them what is called to the terrorists of Boko Haram Operation Safe Corridor, and majority of them, 90% of them, is now pushing to soldier and into the military, and the rest spread out to other paramilitary, So they are the ones doing all these atrocities, committing all these atrocities. They are going to be held accountable. Very, 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 everything that they are doing. We are not going to give up. You understand? Nandekano has told them that yes, they are going to kill us, and we too are going to defend ourselves. But at the end, Biafra will come. They are doing all that they are doing just to make our people be afraid, make our people to never to fight for their identity.
Their currency, the money they spend is fear.
Exactly. Yeah, they are vampires. If they don't drink blood, they are not happy. All these terrorists you see that Fulani terrorists coming from Sahel, that Buhari. I told you some time ago that the Nigerian passport, was not in circulation, especially in the south. Most of the passports are being given to them in the north. When they are all those terrorists are coming in. But the people in the south for over 1 to 2 years, they are not getting the Nigerian passport. Have you asked yourself why? To print millions of passports.
Yeah, to back up what you are saying now, I saw a video of a young man who is from Chad, okay, and then, he has what you call the voter's card, and he has a BVN, and this guy said he got all this registered from in a faraway Chad. That people are being registered to come to Nigeria and vote in Nigeria Republic. They are registering people the same way INEC is registering people in Nigeria, but they said no be true. Now lie. I saw a video of that guy that said, I'm not a Nigerian and I'm not living in Nigeria.
There are evidence everywhere, my good general. There are evidence, I can't deny it. But let me go on the other aspect again. Let's leave them for now. We are watching them. You see, I want to come to the aspect of religion.
Yes.
When I was in Nigeria before I left to UK, my pastor used to tell me that if you don't pay tithe, things will tithe for you. And
right now,
that used to be fear in me. Anytime I miss paying my tithe, I'm having guilty conscience. But when I came to UK, I knew that white men, they don't pay tithe, but things are working, things are moving fine. I knew that he was telling me lies. And since then I understand that the gospel of Jesus is grace. There's no law attached to it. You understand? It's grace. Love the Lord God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. That's the end of the law. Chicken. You understand? Every other thing they are trying to every other thing they are trying to attach you to by force. If you don't bring this, if you don't sow this seed, if you don't do that, all of them that you will be going to hell. It's all lies. You get what I mean?
I'm with you.
Then secondly, Maiyegun, you see, in Nigeria, I want to ask all the pastors, you know, if Jesus Christ is the one that is in Nigeria as of this present time, and he's the one preaching the gospel that they are preaching, will Jesus go and take his money to buy private jets? I just want to ask them that question. In that poverty capital of the world, that poverty capital of the world, do you understand what I'm saying? I just want them to answer that question, because why I'm asking them this question, you see, if I didn't go out of Nigeria and start to see from outside what is happening there, I won't be speaking this way. When I left Nigeria, I was worshiping with the Redeem. You understand? I have to mention name. You understand? Because of what you said about Adeboye tonight. And he also, since he bought private jet, the Redeem has never remained the same. Are you getting me? Because only a place to park private jet, a place to park the private jet alone is millions. Do you understand? Millions of naira. And yes, and the people have to contribute the money. I get what I'm saying. And if to protect that luxury life, the person will not be bold to speak like, the person can't be bold to speak like Jesus. Because Jesus can't keep quiet in what is happening in Nigeria.
I get your message now, that you can't have all that privilege and be scared to speak like our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because it was fearless and he didn't have plane. He didn't have all this cloud, and he was, you know.
You know, even Maiyegun, the highest vehicle, Maiyegun, the highest vehicle then, that Jesus ruled then was donkey. You understand? Jesus has more than enough, more than the money of private jet that they have today. But he never bought that vehicle. He never bought it. That donkey. He has to borrow that donkey. You know, for the day of Passover, he has to borrow that donkey that he rode to enter into Jerusalem. I get my point. What he was teaching them, that even though you have in this abundance, the people that are worshiping with you, the sheep, they are to be cared first of all. You understand me? But today you are riding private jet. If the Nigeria burst now the way it is now as a bubble, they will just enter their private jet. They will be preaching from America. You understand?
Like
and the people
like Chris or Yakilome. The Prince, let me take one more call so that we can always like do it sha. You know what I mean? It's good to hear from
God bless you,
Another
Jared.
thing, Prince.
God bless you.
You see that thing that we are trying to facilitate and clear.
Yes,
our
okay.
promised pledge to the IPOB and all that.
Okay.
Right? I want to say this publicly because I haven't really concluded it yet. And I could have said this to you privately, okay? But because people also got to know that we haven't paid it out, and you and others who are working with me behind the scene, we haven't still paid it out. And I think, let's do it this week, please. We have that in mind. It is so important. I have to say it to you on here now, okay?
It's all right.
Please.
It's all right.
The Prince.
It's all right. Cheers.
Okay, man.
Cheers.
So here we go. I have another caller. I am going to take 2 calls. So one now, one more, and we'll call it a night. But this is the first one. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening, brother.
Good evening, all.
You know, I was watching the program and I listened when one of our brothers, Eboloyede, said, Tinubu's wife pay his medical bills and stuff. If you listen carefully there, he said he was sick twice. Did you hear that?
Yes, not the first time or the second time. He was saying that not the first time I was sick. I'm talking about second time. Yeah, it was twice.
No, the first one was Tinubu's wife. The second one, he didn't mention it. Do you know who sponsored him for the second one?
Tell us.
Do you know who's sponsoring for the second one? Because he was sick, he has a kidney problem. It's MC Oluera. MC Oluera paid 20 million for him. But he didn't mention that.
He was around there and they showed him on the hospital bed. So he was having a
that was maybe last year
or something, right?
Exactly. It's MC Oluera sponsoring. Do you get that? But he didn't say that on TV. He didn't say that on that.
MC Oluera saved his life.
MC Oluera saved his life.
I see.
So that's why he's supporting Tinubu. But no matter how they support Tinubu, we're still gonna come ahead of them. They don't know anything. And you see, this in their industry, not all of them they are together. There's another people that they support what I forgot his name. There's another guy they call Yemi something. Okay. Have you watched his video? Did you watch his video?
I don't know. Is that Yemi Sholade?
Yeah, Yemi Sholade. You see,
the other Yemi is Yemi my lover, and I don't think it's
Yemi Sholade.
Yes,
did you watch Yemi Sholade video?
I haven't, but Yemi Sholade himself is APC, so I won't be expecting anything. Anything.
Wait, bro, please go and watch it. Yemi Sholade has come and support. What is this guy? The guy that first of all stopped.
Which one is that? Atiku or Obi?
No. Yemi Sholade support this our brother, this Yoruba that was swearing for the people that destroy Nigeria.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Just make it easier for me.
Okay, what I'm saying,
we're having so many people you are putting in the same frame now. So Yemi Sholade is
Yemi Sholade came with the video yesterday and support. Yemi Sholade did the video yesterday and say a lot of things about Nigerian politicians.
Okay.
Because it's part of you want to support Yoruba nation, but you can't come out and say you want to support the Yoruba nation. I wish you can go and watch that video.
I will look for it.
Yeah. No problem, brother. That's just what I want to say because I just want to make a little contribution.
Thanks a lot for that, by the way. So I'm going to take another. Where is that? I'm going to take. Oh, why did I lose that? Give me a sec. So I'm going to take just one more, and then we will call it. Or maybe I can still take it. What time is it? Yeah, just going to take one more. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun, Politico.
Hello, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm a first caller. I'm calling for the very first time.
A first timer, sir. We can.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Well done,
May
sir.
God bless you for all you are doing. Okay, my name is Peter. I'm calling from US.
Fantastic, sir. Sir Peter, everybody can hear you, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. You know what? Let me go straight to the point.
Sir.
The difference between the rich and the poor. In where we are, the difference, the margin between the rich and the poor, when the gap is much, that is when you begin to record the poverty level. That is when you begin to, what we are trying to claim for is to bridge up the gap between the rich and the poor. Do you understand?
I'm following you, sir.
I want to say categorically that those that impoverish our people in that country mostly are the Christians, the religious leaders, and those what's it called? Those artists, those people doing those crimes.
The artists that
the artists.
Mm-hmm.
They are because here abroad time is money.
That's right.
Time is money here. They pay us per time. Over there in Nigeria, they bought over people's time. They ask them to come to church, spend hours, do 5 services, spend their time. They come on Saturdays, come on Thursday, come on Wednesday, come on Saturday to clean the church. They spend all their times without being paid. And our people, most of them, Yes, they will stay inside a room and be watching film, spending the whole of their own time. A whole family will sit inside a room watching film, watching Yoruba, watching English film for hours, spending all their time. How would they be rich? So it is all these artists that are taking their time. They will use their money to go and buy film. They have money to go and buy film. Our people have money to go and buy film.
Just to take their mind away from Nigeria trouble.
Yes, they will sit down and be watching film for hours. How are you going to be rich? How can you make it in life when they bought over all your times, all your value, all your time? The same thing with the leaders. They have brainwashed our people. They have brainwashed. I am a die-hard follower of Oyedepo, Winners.
Bless you, sir. I
know my contribution to that church. Personal contribution. They are just using people's head. They are just using people's head. And, our people need to wake up. We need more awareness.
Yes.
You people, you are our savior now. You are our Adeboye, you are our Oyedepo that I know now. You are doing much work more than them now. You don't know. You guys, you don't know what you are doing. You are trying to free people. You are trying to emancipate people from slavery. Our people are being cajoled. We need more of you. We need more of you. You can't stop this. Continue, please. We need our people. They have bastardized the whole system. Please.
As well. I know.
Kudos to you. I love you. I love your show. Continue.
I love your call as well. Thank you so much for participating and for the support as well, sir. Sir Peter, it's a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
You have a good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sir. Yes, sir. So I have another person on the line. Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening. Hello. Oh my God!
Sir, there is one call that if I didn't take it before I call it tonight, I'll kind of feel bad, and that call is your call. You are one of the first people who have been calling in, but you've just not been so lucky to get connected. So I'm happy to have you on, sir. So you can help me just mute that broadcast, sir, okay? Or just move away from it, and we can hear ourselves clearly. Good evening.
Okay, so my name is Ibrahim. I'm based here in the USA, Maryland, to be precise. I don't know how you don't know how
you prefer Ibrahim.
Yeah, you can call me IB. You don't know how very
I from Maryland, sir.
Oh, yeah. It feels great. It feels great. This is my first time. I've actually made several attempts. This is my first time. And I feel very tickled. I follow you on a daily basis. Even my wife is like, what do you see in watching this program every time? I mean, you are an inspiration. I mean, you still give people like us hope that things are gonna work out fine back home there someday. I mean, we just can't afford to give up. I'm so happy to be able to get across.
Thank you so
much. Because I've been making and you're doing a fantastic job. It's awesome, the job you're doing. And I can tell you categorically, you're one of those, of all the people who have similar platforms online, you are one of the most sincere and straightforward. I mean, I always look at that. I always check YouTube, to make sure
But how are you managing the good Maiyegun and then the other Maiyegun that is angry, the one that will always make you feel like that on your screen, like Maiyegun, calm down.
Oh, I understand.
Maiyegun, calm down. Relax now. How does that make you feel?
No.
That's one thing about Maiyegun supporters, okay? They have managed to get a way to get used to that. Like, be again. It will start talking again. How do you cope? Like with all these illogics, all these, good things you've said about me.
Normally, I know, straightforward, sincere people, like you say, prophets are not accepted in their own country. So I'm not surprised about that. I know how very objective you are. All right. You're not sentiment in your judgment. And I try not to allow religious or tribal sentiments to blind my sense of judgment. And I see you're pretty much that kind of person. And I respect that about you. I really respect that about you. And let me just, chip in a little bit. That's going to be my only.
You are going to be my last caller. So I don't know. I feel good. You see, I connected straight away when I called you IB because my partner in the UK, my partner in Glasgow here, his name is IB. So IB Maryland, IB Glasgow. Look at me. So I have
I'm actually looking forward to more to meeting you in person. But let me just chip.
Trust me.
So as regards as regards the situation of things back home, I believe the solution. The solution is the awareness you are creating is helping a great deal. And I appreciate that. But as regards things back home, just the way you stated it, a lot of people believe Peter Obi. I'm not saying it's not a decent. Only of all the candidates we have, he's the most credible. So, but the truth is, you can't fix Nigeria. Like you've always said, you can't fix Nigeria. And a lot of people who come from outside, the Southwest, are sentimental. Hoping
even me, even we that are Yorubas, I don't know about you yet, IB. That if you come publicly and say Tinubu should not be this and that, even your own Yoruba brothers will call you names, and you begin to feel like now you guys normal. You are not Yoruba, you are only Yoruba. That's how bad it is. So imagine how they are going to treat other people who are not Yorubas. And that's this time.
I know they're entitled to their own opinion. The people will always come to criticize you. All right. I know how murderous that so-called Tinubu man is. He has no regard for human life. We also what happened back at the Lekki toll gate. How people were killed. Students were killed and their bodies were moved from the spot just to bury evidence. You can't ignore all of that. You all know about Funchal Williams. That man did just die from his sleep, So all those things, I don't know if some people can ignore all that. I will not allow sentiments blind my sense of judgment. That man can never be fixed. And I'm saying categorically that he's not going to get there. He's not going to rule Nigeria. You mark my words on that. All right? He's not going to rule Nigeria. It's just a waste of time. You will remember me saying this one that I got. Yes, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I say, and then this is the time. So the time for retributive justice is around the corner. And like you always said also, their breakfast is just at their door, each and every one of them.
Said that Kile Toko Shika. Korea budget on Shewa make it worse, because our people will become more blind to the danger that they are in. And God, please, may Nigeria not happen to any of us before we realize that this is not
Nigeria. Accept it or not, one way or the other, Nigeria has each and every one of us. It depends on the volume actually impacts everybody. So if some people real hard, that some people a bit and denial. Alright? But reality is done on them. Now, I said that man is just with time. Where he is, nobody can tell what's going to happen tomorrow. When we shouting, Adeboye once said it, if there's ever going to be in Nigeria by 2023, who knows if they are going to live
if Baba Adeboye, with all the connection to God and all of that, if he's being careful, every time now Baba will be like, don't quote me, every time Baba will be like, don't misinterpret me, That's the Nigeria you are into. Baba Adeboye, they disguise to say truth. Well,
yeah. But he's trying so hard not to offend those people because they are in bed with these politicians. you know, they are embedded with the system. All right, it's trying so hard not to offend them, and then these people who you are, you know, leading, you don't want to speak to their well-being. You know, just all you need to do is just say something inspiring to them. You know, that will turn their lives around. While you are talking about them defending themselves, they are not being specific about how they are going to defend themselves.
To that, I wanted to say whenever the people say defend, if they say defend yourself in America right now, even though you may not be a gun, what do you call it, a gun supporter, but what will come to your mind first is that number one, why are you asking me to defend myself? Probably I should just get myself something, right? But when they say defend yourself in Nigeria, what do they mean? When you know that people have been deceived already, are they talking about stone? I don't get it. Maybe you can help me, IB.
And when somebody mentioned, I think he was trying to make it sound like he was taken out of context. He quickly debunked it. He said he has not instructed anybody to go and buy weapons. I mean, so how do you want people to defend themselves? Why are you just being two-faced about this? It's just, you know, ridiculous. I mean, it's like you said, in Nigeria does not happen.
You know what I figure? It's a mind.
Exactly.
You know, they just with you. Sometimes it sounds so good enough that you begin to feel like maybe it is possible. Then when you begin to think critically, you realize that it doesn't make any sense. So, if my own NGO says all of you should defend yourselves, so Nigeria is practically telling me that Nigeria can't defend me anymore. Then when he says that I should defend myself against gun-trotting criminals, what is he really saying? Defend myself? Ow! I don't get it.
I mean, he has his own escorts that go with him wherever he goes, so it's easy for him to. It's easy for him to defend yourself, and you know, and he knows he doesn't have to raise the finger or lift the finger. He has people around him who always, you know,
what if anything happened to Baba Gio? Baba, the whole Nigeria go no say na breaking news, so no be so.
Oh, yes, now. And of course, that's what we need. He can't put his life on a line for his followers. How do you call yourself a leader? So, I mean, if you can't do all of that.
Baba, Jesus died for all of us. There's no point in you becoming another one. Don't forget that. You see, my God. For people, Baba, now you choose that. Or anyone can tell you that, Baba, Jesus died for me. Now, why should I be another one? Come on.
Well,
it is an excuse to escape responsibility as well. And I agree with you.
Well, you know, I won't really blame these end of God scammers that, you know, try to fool people. You know, I think it's more about those who are being deceived. You see, it's not more, those who are just deceived scammers, some of them, all right? It's more about those who are being deceived. I mean, it's only zombies that behave like that. That you just, you know, read between the lines, all right? I mean, not everybody has the ability to think independently, you know? You know, if you can reason independently, there are some things they'll tell you, you just, you know, you can tell.
Process the whole thing and
you can process it. Thank you very much. You like, how is this possible? You know, that kind of thing, but it's only zombies, people, someone talks to, and you see them, they just follow directives. Like the law will say now, zombie.
No go.
So unless you tell them to go. Yes, and even when those people do something wrong, you know, they don't want to speak against it. They don't want to raise objections because they see them as representatives of God. If you want to, you know, if you want to communicate with God, you know, go and pray to God on your own. Why do you need a mediator? But, you know, by and large, just keep the movement going. You're doing a fantastic job. I must tell you, I really respect you. I felt so bad the issue of that Baba Titoye when you were trying to, you know, bring up awareness, and at some point it felt like they got in your way. It really hurt me real bad. I'm like, man, this guy is being selfless about everything he's doing, and some people who are trying.
I had somebody that told me that they were actually crying, seeing me tearing up and so showing anger. They thought that's it. Everything is gonna say no. Maybe that. If I feel kind of so raging and angry, right? Normally they will say, man, don't show it in public. I'm on a public, me at the show more. So I go no later. Be careful with all about.
No. I know how much time. Anybody will take offense now. You see how much time and energy you are putting towards what you are doing, and then no. It's to offend anybody. I mean, you are doing a great job, and God will continue to strengthen you. God's protection will be over you and your family. I feel very, very happy that I was able to get across to you today.
I mean, I wish I could just continue with you and we just keep talking and back and forth. But I will always look forward to another time. Trust me, it's always a pleasure.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I will keep trying to, contribute, make more calls. Just remember, I live from Maryland.
It's easier for me. I've got a partner. Is IB, right? You are IB from Maryland. It's so easy. You won't understand, right? But you'll get to know.
All right.
So thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you. God bless you, brother.
Good one, sir. So here we go. This is I'm going to draw the curtains. This is one I don't want to miss, but my time is so done. I will give that privilege just some other time. Thank you so much to everybody who participated in this tonight. And if you're just joining us, I think I did well with what I did the first hour and a half. And then when you take part in those calls as well, it's just an extra that makes this much like an exclusive. Take your time and watch from the beginning again, okay? And if this is your first time, like I said earlier, right, some of you love to be silent watchers, right? Silent watchers, people who just watch from behind the scene. They don't comment, they don't like, they don't subscribe, but they're always here. It's time you should come out of that shadow. Wherever you decide, I will be here again some other time. When I am, I hope you would be here as well. So thank you very much. I will see you some other time. And good night to all of you.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.